doing the right thing and still being misunderstood.
Okay.
Ann's got a new book coming.
It's a comment.
Going to see a man about a cow.
Wanting to see a man about a cow.
I'm using that line on my daughter. She's 8 years old.
If she okay. Man about a bird,
Okay.
want to see a man about, and I always waited for Mama to come back with that cow.
But that phrase is a code.
With a cow.
Huh?
That phrase is a code.
It's a code?
I don't. It's not so much the code as what old people do with young people.
It's kind
that's
of
what-
like saying mine is none of your business. It's not your concern.
And I always say, only in the South would you fight a civil war. How do you fight a civil war?
There's nothing civil about it.
What, with little sticks?
Yeah.
What do you do with a handkerchief? And
Or the Flintstones guns that shoot
I know that.
She read it and then.
oh yeah, she read
Yes,
it.
she
and
making the
had
illustration
the-
with it.
Chris Manning. Chris has got a beautiful nature. She is an amazing artist. She's actually written a cookbook. Patrick, Peter, and the Pumpkin. I'm not.
That's a
sure
lot
what-
of peas.
I know. Patrick, Peter, and the Pumpkin.
Patrick, Peter, and the Pumpkin. That's a lot of pumpkin
And
patches.
that would be.
No, but that's that's
The
the trick.
caption is "Everybody ain't your friend."
Yep. Ho-ho. Ignacio is here. He is a student of philosophy. He's dealing at this particular moment with the New Black Thought. Now you got to understand, this brother done been through. Who you started with? No.
I
he had-
start with, I'm sorry. I start with Conway West, and
There you go.
I can all the way around. Conway West bring me to Dubois. Dubois bring me to Washington. Washington bring me to Douglas, and then my head exploded.
And then he came to Charleston.
Yeah, I came to Charleston.
And he's getting mind blown.
This is the Senghor. Oh. So I made the translation from French to Spanish.
Woo! Hold on, how
Yes.
many languages do you speak?
Spanish, French, and broken English.
Yeah. Spanish, French, and broken English.
Okay.
This is the black, the soul of the black folk. I translated to Spanish.
He ain't
No.
playing.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got to get the embassy going. Yeah, we had the Congolese one week, and now we got our brother from Cuba. We waiting on the rest of the diaspora. Come on, so we can build together.
There you go.
Yes.
There you
All
go.
right,
This
peace
is
and
the
blessing.
this is the Guanagis consulate in Cuba. Okay, to stand here.
Bomb.
They don't have it this because all the blacks were taken from the coast, not from the emperor himself. So they take one priest that was outside his place. They take one priest, they bring to Cuba. He make a special training with white people. He buy his freedom back and went back to Africa. What happened then? He knew he was a killer because he was outside Africa. And the priest who don't wanted him back. So he go to the Oba, to the king.
Yeah.
And the Oba told him, no, that people there is my people too. And you go back and you take care of them.
Ashe.
And then he come back to Cuba and start initiating people in Ifa.
Oh, in Ifa, okay.
So you see how I made this question. How do you relate this to the rest of America?
You can answer that one. I think, to me, again, we've held on to our African tradition more than any other
Yeah, yeah.
in the United States. Plus, we still speak some of our language. As the further out you move, like people migrated to New York and places like that, well, they had to assimilate. And when they assimilated, they took on other cultures more so than us who were here. And we were isolated by bridges, so we held on to who we are. And today we still do that. You still can hear the tones, mostly the tones here in Charleston, the Geechee tones, which is, Gullah is the language, the land, and the culture is the way I see it. And also Geechee is the creolization, add more English words to it, but we're all one people.
And you're going to hear Geechee more so if you're like downtown.
Yes.
That's where, because we had more interactions with the Europeans.
Yes, and this is a mainland, and this is a seaport city, so all kinds of people were coming in, and of course we had to be able to speak to those people.
I have a book. That's real Gula. No Bautist translation of the Bible. Or a Gula book, then you are a mature culture.
So we are culture.
But real mature. Real.
Yeah, we have writers that write, and Queen Quet is one of those persons.
Yeah, she
And
has
she has
several books.
She got a whole 30, 40, 50. I mean, she got lots of books. She actually still speaks the language pretty well, pretty fluently. You should look her up. She's at Queen Quet.
He did. He got the link. Listen, he's got his
Of course, I have to
info.
back it. I
Starting
You
West
really
Sassy.
see the culture, the language, because even when I go to some of the islands, I have to say, huh?
Because you're really hearing Gullah more than
Yeah.
Geechee. You hear Geechee downtown on the peninsula. West Ashley, you would hear Geechee. North Charleston, you're going to hear Geechee. But then when you start going to the islands.
Eddie
you hear-
Stowe.
Oh, yeah. That's what my people from. From Eddie Stowe.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It changes. Edisto Island, there's sea islands.
Okay.
Matter of fact, do me a favor, blow his mind a little bit more. Reel off a couple of them names of the sea islands from Jacksonville, Florida, coming all the way through. We don't have the map, so you're going to hear the names.
Eddie Stowe, John's Island,
You got Hilton Head, Wamala.
the Fusky.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Tybee,
Mm-hmm.
Huntington.
I'm Bluffton.
Yes, sir. Oh, Mitchellville. You gonna like
Mitchellville,
Mitchellville?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You gonna come all the way through St. Helena Ladies
yeah.
Island.
Yeah.
And the Gullah Geechee Nation, it goes from Cape Fear, North Carolina. Oh no, is it Cape Fear? Cape Fear, North Carolina, all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida, and 30 to 30, and the island, 30 to 35.
35 miles inland.
Yeah. And so along that coast, you will more than likely see people doing the same thing we do, fishing, hunting, holding on to the land. That's one of the things that we respect our ancestors, and we actually hold on to our land.
You are keeping the land.
We
time.
work, we fighting for it.
Fighting
Because it's not
Yeah.
easy.
There's always a challenge.
People don't understand how important it is to keep the land.
Yes, definitely. That's our ancestors. Queen Cliff said that is our blood. That's our blood and sweat and
Tears
tears.
just in that land.
Yeah. This is you sitting here now at an estate that my auntie left, and she died in 2019. And I'm working hard to keep it because she worked for this during the civil rights in 1958, where black folks didn't have a lot of money. But she took what she had, she and her husband from Edisto, and they put it together, and they bought this in 1958.
Okay.
So that's an example of us holding on to
Holding
the
on,
land.
holding on.
Okay, one of the actual problem that I didn't see the side of the problem was the gentrification
Yeah.
as the movement of the people.
Definitely.
But
And-
it's sweet, but it's a lot.
Good, I'm glad.
Okay.
Run that one again. When we talk about third world countries.
we don't put Cuba in the mix because they've done such a great job.
Yeah. Cuba's the fourth world country.
But it's worse
Yeah.
than the third world countries. Look, the people that are coming now, that are immigrating now, they're going through Nicaragua and they're going through all of these places, and in the middle of nowhere, they have realized that there's food, there is a supermarket where they can go freely and buy things,
Yes.
and they can find all their necessities. And I'm talking about rural areas. And yet in my country, you can't do that.
But you can see their material in YouTube. You can see when you ask children in Cuba what you want to be. I want to be a jinetero. A child of 10 years old telling you, I want to be a jinetero.
Yeah,
It's not engineer, no doctor, no teacher, no president, no cosmonaut. Just hooks, jinetero, tourists.
well, because they've seen their parents that have gone to the university, they've become doctors, they've become lawyers, they become all of this, and they're now nothing,
Yeah,
and they have nothing.
yes.
But then, of course, the people that are in these other types, they have everything.
You know, the person that is at this watcher here is sending money to the doctors there. To the family who is a doctor or an engineer.
That's what people don't understand. And that's the mentality we need to change, because
Remittances change everybody's life, okay?
but the remittances are going to the higher class people. They're not going to the black poor people.
So when
now the difference in economic scales is bigger. I see a bigger gap now
than before. Okay, now, when you talk to people, people say, but you can become a doctor in Cuba. So what? For what?
Cuba doctors became an exchange for Fidel. He did it very well in the 60s. He started in Africa, So when he saw how much he was gonna make from this, he capitalized on it.
Yes.
And it still works today.
It's not only political, it made money.
Yes, he did both.
He made money
and then of course he used it to say, we are the good people. We're doing all this good. And
we're humanitarian.
We're humanitarian.
Yeah.
But they were making a lot of money with it.
And they still have to, because Jamaica has a similar brain drain. So when folks are leaving to go all over the place, everybody knows Jamaica's filled with Cuban doctors. I miss the big bimbe in Jamaica. I'm gonna get it though. But it's these cultural cross norms that like I was telling them, we don't always get to have these exchanges, and unless we set them up specifically. Because we live in a space and place where, number-wise, if we get into the right type of room with the right food, we may appear to have numbers. Otherwise, in terms of a general meeting, no. Yeah, I got my family. Look at that. Yes, baby. Yes. You got to keep doing what? Connecting the dots across the diaspora. Today I got a double dose of Cuba.